Welcome to China's World. My name is China E. I purchased a 2x6 HD lace closure from the company TRIPPY off Amazon. This is a review. I literally just got it. I'm about to open it up so you guys can see it. I really want to show you off. I did buy it. I did not pay attention. And so it says TRIPPY Raw Hair 2x6 HD lace closure. Straight, more or less shedding than regular virgin hair, but then it says ultra thin Swiss real HD lace. I don't know what that means because what is Swiss HD lace? At one point Swiss lace was its own thing and HD lace is, so that initially confused me and I didn't pay attention until I started doing this review and I'm like reading to tell you guys and I was just like, what's this about to be? So it's cool. Anyways, we got the natural color 2x6. I got it in 16 inches. It was $43.98 and then there was a 10% off coupon, like so, like such. Can you see that? I'll turn it that way. Okay, like so, like such. And so we're gonna get into this review. So this is the packaging. Like I said, super cute. I think it's so adorable. But you open it up, it's like magnetic, and then inside it's a little card that says TRIPPY, a little brush, you know, for your edges, and inside the little card just talking about the 30-day warranty. They're letting you know that you get a free exchange within 30 days, and then just kind of informing you about that. And I guess you fill this out if you have any issues. And so left inside, of course, it's just the hair. So there's a 16 on it because I got 16 inches. Super cutesy. Of course, they've got it in this. My initial thoughts, this is longer than 16. Like, it has to be. And I'm not complaining because that hair is 20. So let's take it out. Okay, so the first thing that I want to check is to be the length because that's the first thing that caught my eye. I'm like, wait a second, this looks a little bit longer than 16, and I'm not complaining. But when I do check, I'm obviously not going to include any of this space right here from the lace, and so I'll start it just right here, start of the hairline, you know, being generous. And let's see. The last little strands stop all the way down at 22, but you can already see this like flying away. So obviously not all of it goes down that far, but this little piece right here is closer to the 16. After the 16, it definitely does thin out, but you know, they didn't have to give it to me. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Okay, so we went over length. It is true, and it actually is past 16 inches. The hair is very soft. Very soft. I do look for flyaways. I don't know if you can see these hairs. That is where, you know, the same lengths of hair might not have been used or the cuticles were not aligned. I don't know if you can see that super well, but it's not as bad at the top. At the top there's not many. It's really just at this little area right here, which is probably the hairline, and then after that it starts getting crazy further down. Let's see, this lace. So remember I told you HD lace and Swiss? I was confused. I'm feeling this and I'm like, confusion. This is what, because I feel like it's just thin enough to be considered HD. Just thin enough to be considered HD, but it's like also feels very close to Swiss, transparent, whatever you want to call it. So that's the only thing. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like companies, as long as they have this ripped at the front, like the edge is rigid, I feel like they just start calling it HD, honestly. But when putting it up against my hand, it's not the worst in the world. And honestly, I leave literally no lace whatsoever, so that way you don't have to have a problem with the lace like lifting. I cut right in front of that hairline because I don't like dealing with lace, and especially trying to, when it don't melt. And I can already tell like this is on the thicker side. I'm not saying it's not going to melt. I'm just saying that I don't know if I would, you know, advertise this being HD. No. But you know, maybe they have thicker lace and this is their HD, and that's okay. So I am going to a concert, a meet and greet, ESTG. I'm very excited. I know I've already talked about it, but still I'm excited. I got my whole concept together and I wanted to have a middle part, and I'm gonna insert a clip somewhere just like to show you the inspo, because I wanted that kind of look. But every time it comes time for them to start cutting the hair, I'm like, hold on girl. So we're gonna see if I go through it, but I need a closure so that we're not cutting my hair. And I can say overall I am pleased. The hairline itself is not super thick. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not super thick. You see how they thinned it out and then it gets back thicker. It gets back thicker in this area, but it's thinned out. I do appreciate that. I shouldn't have to plug too much, and I will be bleaching the knots. I will make a separate video showing that to see about how long it took and just, you know, if it's difficult or not. But that is it for the Trippy HD lace closure review, until I get to the next parts of the installation. I'm new to YouTube. I completely forgot to be like, subscribe, follow. If you enjoy watching videos like this and you enjoy Amazon reviews of hair or just hair reviews in general, hit the subscribe button, because I got you. I'm gonna give you a raw, honest review, not paid, okay? You cannot buy a lie, not from me. So yeah,